How paper is made. There are many kinds of paper have been used in our daily life. Each of them produced by a similar process but different in some details, due to the different properties required. In this video we will show you papermaking process of uncoated free sheet. This kind of paper grade is mostly widely used in our daily life, such as copy paper and writing paper. Let us go explore the world of paper making. The process start with stock preparation section, where pulp will be mixed with water. The pulp slurry will then be refined by passing them through a series of rotating and stationary blades. This process improved fiber flexibility and improved fibrillation to the fiber, resulted in improving paper strength. The refined pulp will then be mixed with additives. Additives are materials that could be used to improve the finished paper itself, or aid in the process of paper making. Additives could be divided into two groups: functional additive and control additive. Functional additives are used to improve or impart certain qualities to the paper product, and must be retained on a sheet to be effective. Example of functional additives and their function are as followed. Fillers such as calcium carbonate or clay are added to provide opacity, brightness and smoothness to paper. Internal sizing agents used to develop resistance to penetration of aqueous liquids throughout the sheet. There are two common methods used in internal sizing. First one, rosin sizing, which must be carried out at pH 4 to 6. And the second one, alkaline sizing, which would be carried out at pH 8 or higher with a SA or a KD. Dyes and optical bright tin air may also added to improve the appearance of paper. Starch used to improve strength, retention and drainage. Dry strength agents such as polyacrylamide are used to increase the dry strength of papers by hydrogen bonding. Wet strength resins are added to provide wet strength to papers by covalent fiber to fiber bonding. Some other specialty chemicals could be also added as per specific requirement. Control additives are added to improve the papermaking process, but do not directly affect the product and are not necessarily retained on a sheet. Example of control additives and their function are as followed. Retention aid are used to improve the retention of fines, filler and functional additives to retain on sheet. Drainage aid are used to increase the drainage rate of water from the pulp slurry on the wire. Formation aid are used to promote the dispersion of fibers. Defoamer or anti-foam are used to control foaming. Deposit control agent are used to control organic or inorganic deposit. Biocides are used to control microorganisms, particularly bacteria and fungi. Other additives could also be used for a specific purpose of each machine.
After pulp are mixed with all additives in the chest called mixing chest. The pulp slurry will then be kept in the chest called machine chest, and then sent to stuff box to maintain the head of stock pressure, and will be diluted to the consistency about 0.5% or as low as 0.3%, before sending to the biggest centrifugal pump in paper machine called fan pump. The reason why fan pump is very big is because it must send the volume of water 99.x% to the paper machine, with the rest 0.x% are fibers and some small amount of additives. Think about paper machine with 500 ton of paper per day, so how much water that fan pump must carry. Along the way, pulp slurry will be screened and cleaned. Air and slurry will be removed in the deculator. Finally, pulp slurry reaching head box, where it will be distributed uniformly. across the width of the moving fine mesh wire on the forming board. There are several dewatering elements and vacuum pump installed under the wire to assist the drainage of water out of pulp slurry. Generally 18 to 20% of water will be removed here in the wire section. The moving wire then carry the formed web sheet to the next part called press section. In this section pulpwood will be squeezed to remove water out as much as possible, to help lowering energy consumption in the dryer section. The moisture content of the wet web leaving the press section is approximately 45 to 50%. The wet web then entering the dryer section to remove more water via evaporation, to achieve the final moisture content of the paper web at 5 to 10%. After the dryer section, size press caliber or other equipment could be added as per requirement of each machine. At size spray, typically starch-based sizing solution is applied to the surface of paper to increase surface strength, to improve water resistance and to improve printability of paper. Calendar is used to improve surface properties of paper such as smoothness and gloss, while help to control caliper profile as well. Finally, we will get the reel of paper look like this, which will then be transferred to the converting section, where paper and reel will be cut as per size required. That's all for how paper is made. See us again in the next EP. Thank you very much for your attention.
Follow us at YouTube channel Excellent Products and Supply.